Hi, I'm Laura, and I suffered with back pain for 19 years before I was able to get any major relief. Basically, what I was told when I first got injured on the job was that as long as I could deal with the pain, the better off I'd be. So everywhere I went, that was basically the same results I was getting, was as long as I could deal with the pain, the better off I'd be, because I stood a chance in being in worse shape after the surgery than before. So, there's nothing you want to hear. And I dealt with the pain as long as I could deal with the pain. It got to the point where I got some relief, and I guess in the first few years I got some relief for a while. I took injections in my back and stuff, and I'd get a little relief from that for a while, and you could go for a little while and cope for a while. So I did that, and it just got to the point where that wouldn't happen. I was on pain medication, so they was upping the dosage of pain medication to stronger narcotics, and I was scared of getting addicted to that, OxyContin plus, Larset plus, and those are both addictive drugs, and I didn't want to be addicted. I didn't want to be on the street corner begging for money to get my pain medication, and be hurting and all that. So it got to the point where I couldn't hardly get out of bed. My bathroom my commode and my bedside is like about 3-4 steps for somebody that's not having a problem. And when I got to those 3 or 4 steps, it was like, 3 or 4 miles. That's what I felt like from doing the struggle getting there. Sometimes I'd have to have assistance getting up. Sometimes I'd have to have assistance getting dressed, out of the shower, get in the shower, and basically what you could do in the shower was just soap your upper body and just let the soap run off because you couldn't bend down. It was straining mentally and physically. There were days when I'm thinking, I'm at the end of my rope, I can't go no farther. And with regular everyday life problems in there too, there's a lot to deal with. So some friends of mine recommended Dr. McCord. And I talked to him, and I said, everybody's told me the same thing. I've gone to doctor, and they said the same thing. As long as you can deal with the pain, the better off you are. So they kept talking, I believe it's worth a try though, just try it. So I decided to try it. When I first came to Dr. McCord, the thing that I had made up in my mind would be my changing point would be whether or not he would be positive about the surgery. If he gave me a positive outcome, that would be what would I'd make my mind up on. So when he came in, he spoke and introduced himself. He says, why have you been hurting so long? Did somebody tell you it was no help for you? And I said, basically, yeah. And that had been what I'd been told. So he said, well, I can help you. And and that changed everything inside me. He just out and told me he could help me with no reservations, And this is something that I hadn't heard in the whole 19 years that I've been suffering. And so he went ahead and talked to me about the surgery, and then his assistant talked to me. And so I went ahead that day and started setting up for my testing to be done. I had mine done on Easter weekend. And the first 3 weeks, like he said, was my worst 3 weeks. I had problems getting comfortable. After that, basically, it's been good for me. I hadn't had any pain in the area that he worked on. Now, I have other problems that I have pains from, but not the back where he worked on. I wished I had have known 19 years ago about it. So everybody that I see and everybody that I know that's having problems, I'm telling them about it. And he's done my daughter's back. He's done 2 surgeries on hers since he did mine. I do believe he'll be honest with you. If he couldn't help you, I think he'd tell you right off. Because he's just that kind. Don't expect him to buttercoat for you, because he's not like that. He might not laugh and talk and joke with you, but he will listen to you, and he's very serious. He takes his job very seriously. I've recommended, I think, about 4 people to come since I've been. So I'm convicted.